Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. On today's video, we're going to be going over the process on how to remove the cartilage out of a deer's ear and getting ready to prep it to install an ear liner. This video here is one it was I already had in the series. It was in the How to Mount a Deer series, but I broke it down into a shorter video because a lot of people may not be able to find it if they just want to find on how to remove the cartilage. Also coming up, I'm going to have another video of showing how to install the ear liners and how to glue them in and get them ready to go. If you hadn't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, it helps out my channel. Also, if you got any questions, just shoot them over to me in the comments here on YouTube and I'll get back to them just as soon as I can. So let's get this video started. I had to go find this little knife right here. This thing right here makes it a whole lot easier when it goes to getting this cartilage out of these ears. What we're going to do, I'm going to take this ear and I'm going to fold it in half. And I'm going to look right here on the edge. You can see where the cartilage ends right here, where the skin begins. And we'll just take this scalpel blade. We're going to just take light pressure. We're going to fold that ear in half and hold light pressure on here and just cut right through that cartilage. And it'll take you a little while to get the hang of it. Just don't bear down too hard because that ear skin is real thin. You'll cut all the way through it, and then if you do, you're going to have to repair a hole. It's not no big deal to repair. It's just time consuming. Just take more time. You could be doing something else. But if you take your time and go through this cartilage, you'll see the transition between the cartilage and the inner ear skin. It'll turn a different color. It's almost like a grayish looking color. But you'll slip that in. I don't know if you can see that on the camera there, but let me see if I can zoom in here just a little bit. As you'll see where I folded this in half, you'll see the line there I cut. Just fold that ear in half and then start on this side and just cut across. Then I'll take my knife, and the easiest way I found to do this is to hold this ear and take the tip of this knife blade right here and stick it on here, and you'll pop it. You'll just hook the edge of the blade on and you'll pop it like so, and it'll free that ear skin right up, or the cartilage from the inner ear skin. And you're just gonna go all the way across this and break it loose. Try not to nick that inner ear skin with your knife, because if you do, when you start separating this cartilage, it'll tear, and then when you go to run your thumb in there, it just makes a mess. The more you flick it, the more it's going to break loose. I always hold the tip. Do the end closest to the ear butt first, and then spin it around and do this end. It makes it a whole lot easier to do. I don't know why. It just peels off easier that way. And I just did exactly what I said for y'all not to do. I actually caught the skin, poked a hole in it right there. I don't know if you can see that, but it can be fixed. But that's what not to do. Alright, let me grab a pair of pliers. We're going to work this cartilage off this ear skin. Alright, first things first, we'll take this in here, hold that, and just work your thumb under the skin, and then right here where this hole is, we're just going to have to work around it. It happens. Like I said, I've been doing this for a long time. I still can make boo-boos too. It's just part of it. You try not to because it's just extra work, but it's just the way it is. A lot of times you can pick this skin loose wherever you tear that hole and work it loose, and it'll be just fine. You just get you a dryer sheet and a little bit of super glue and just work it right back in there. Sometimes you take your scalpel blade and kind of work with it a little bit. I have had ears with with tick damage that I've had to do this way, because there'd be so many tick bites in the deer's ear that the skin wouldn't want to separate. It would just tear. It looked like Swiss cheese from where those ticks had been all over it. If you'll be careful, once you get it started, it'll just eventually get a hold of that and peel it on back. It ain't no big deal. Just take your time. What I like to do is, once you get it started, hold your cartilage like here, and take your thumb, and you're going to use the tip of the pad of your thumb and just work it under here. Just go slow. And work it all the way out to the tip of your ear. You don't want to get in no big hurry here, because you just got to just take your thumb, put light pressure on this skin, and if it's in good shape, it'll peel right out. Sometimes you had one in the freezer for a while and had some freezer burn. It can be a little more aggravating. You have to you may have to soak it. You know, a lot of times I use it's made by Knoblochs. It's the Skin Prep NBU, I believe. I've used it before, and it seems to, if you've got freezer burn, I don't know what it is about the chemical makeup of it or whatever, but it seems to loosen this cartilage up on the deer's ear. As you can see, I got my thumb in here. I'm just holding this cartilage and working it through. And once you get all the way to the edge, you can, most of the time, if you be real careful, you can grab that cartilage and just pull it, and as you see, it'll come right off. Just work it all the way out to the tip. And there you go. That's the first half of the end. You can actually use this as a pattern to, when you're doing your earliner, depending on what brand earliner you use, you can use this to cut your ear out if you're not, if you just don't want to guess off the top of your head. But after you do it a while, you kind of, I trim mine, then I'll test fit them inside the skin before I epoxy them in. I use a 2-part earliner adhesive epoxy on all my earliners, and if you trim that earliner to where you've got just a little bit of slack inside that ear, you won't have any trouble with that ear skin drumming. Once you put that epoxy earliner in there, you're good. I mean, depends on what brand you get. They got some that sets up quick, and they got some that sets up slower. I kind of prefer the quick set, because once I get my earliners put in, I'm usually already, as soon as I get them put in, I may go wash my hands, take a little break or something, but I'm usually starting to mount the deer on the form just soon after I get the earliners put in. So the quicker they set up, the better off I am, because that way you don't have to worry about your ear skin slipping and moving around while you're during the mounting process. But I'll just use these pliers and kind of pull, work this skin out here. I believe this in here's got some tick damage too, the way it looks. So it's starting to separate up inside here. That ain't no big deal. We'll just go on and fix it. They're not all gonna come out perfect. As you can see in that video, that cartilage is just peeling right out of there. And once I get this out, get this cartilage took loose. As you can see, here's the ear skin. Here's the actual ear cartilage here that's left. I'll take my scalpel, and I'll cut all the way around this ear butt. Cut this out. And you want to make sure it's kind of hard to see on camera here, but you want to make sure you don't cut your inner ear skin as you're going around cutting this off. But I try to just stay as close as I can to the skin and just peel it out of here. And there you have it. There's the other part of the skin. Here's the part I took off from the other side. So you can actually, like I was talking about, you can use that for your pattern to cut out your, I'm trying to get this where you can see it here. Cut out your ear liner. But there it is. I got a couple of holes there I got to fix, but ain't that big of a deal. Turned out pretty nice. Alright guys, that's going to do it to how to remove the ear cartilage out of a white-tailed deer. So I just want to thank y'all for watching. Thanks for all the subscribes, all the likes. The channel's really growing. I've got a lot of videos in production. It's going to be coming up here over the next year. And as always, thanks for watching, and God bless.